Everyone. So I was supposed to go swimming, but I didn't. The day got away with me. I watched that movie on Saint Therese, and it's really sad how she got treated in the convent and what she went through, how she passed away from TB. I know today TB is a treatable disease, and with the volunteering I did with the Global Fund, Global Citizen, One Campaign, that's one of the diseases that we fight for people to get medication for, especially in Africa. So I started it under the conservative government, then the liberal government came in. And so we lobby, we have to write emails to them, we have to tweet to them, we have to make appointments, go see the MPs, talk to them about why the funding should go to Africa. And in recent years, obviously it's harder because of the corruption with USAID, USAID, and the corruption in our own government. It's harder to get funds to go overseas, especially when the ministers send them to the countries that they are supporting, not necessarily the countries that you are from and you are using your voice for. Like I used my voice for Zimbabwe, but hardly any funding went there. So that's one of the reasons I pulled out. But it's sad. I mean, I see, well, it's obviously creative license, but Saint Therese, she should have not taken those vows. She had doubts at the last moment about her vocation. She should have left. The nuns were awful to her. They were horrible. Even when she was trying to help them, they were awful to her. And it's sad how they get treated. A lot of the saints got that kind of treatment. Their visions were not accepted. Saint Faustina went through the same thing. There was another saint, he used to have the used to be bilocation, he used to have that gift, and they accused him of being a devil. So it's very sad. If it was me, I would have left. I wouldn't have stayed there. I would have left and gone back to my father, but that's me. Anyway, it's sad because she was so young when she made her decision to go into becoming a nun, and you just see how cruel they were to her. They made her do the same tasks as the adults were doing, and she used to be coughing, and they never got a doctor in until it was too late, and then she eventually died. So it was sad to see. For some of us, we here in these Western countries, we go for annual checkups every year, and God surprises you with saying, oh yeah, your body is functioning like a 92-year-old, my girl. I might be taking you home soon. So anyway, if I pass away, I don't want to be buried here. I want to be buried in my beloved Zimbabwe. I want to be cremated, and then I want to have my ashes taken home to Zimbabwe. And I've accepted a lot of it. I mean, obviously, I'm doing everything I can to get well. But the discrimination in Canada, it's too much. I mean, I didn't come here yesterday. I'm an educated woman. I've done a lot for the church. I've helped a lot of organizations that help women and girls here and in Africa. I've been a responsible citizen of this country. I've helped my family. I've helped friends. And the way things are going, I don't know, there's a lot of propaganda saying that, oh yeah, we're creating jobs and things are changing, things are coming up. But what I see, the reality is that there's a lot of jobs being taken away. Companies are starting up in America. You can't get loans, you can't get grants. I mean, yeah, you're a low income earner, but that's why you need the loan, right? So that you can do something. So I don't know. It's just the reality, and it's sad because you don't expect to be in your early 50s and receive news like that. But I've been under too much pressure from the time I came to Canada. I've had pressure from family, I've had pressure from work, I've had the pressure of unemployment, I've had the pressure of, even like sometimes you apply for the benefits. Like I applied for that extension for my EI. They didn't give it to me because I didn't work. So whose fault is that? If the economy is bad and there's no work available, that's not my fault. But they're saying you didn't work, so we're not going to top up your benefits. I wrote to Teleperformance, they didn't help either. So it's very sad. It's not like I'm an uneducated executive assistant or HR professional. I've got the same skills as the HR directors in this country. I've got the same education, the same skills, the same experience. I've even got board experience. You can't get anything. So it's very sad. That's why I'm just preparing people who are following me, my followers, my friends, everyone, that, if my time comes, not that I want to die, you have to have that will to live too. You have to have that desire to live. You have to have that will to say, I want to get better. I want to be well. But sometimes it's not enough. And with me, I can tell because the sores in my mouth are getting worse. Like every day, I have to be careful what I eat. I have to be careful with making sure I exercise. I have to be careful with not drinking too many like fizzy drinks and all that. So, because it affects me differently compared to before. And I guess maybe I never noticed it before, but I think it's ridiculous that if you work for a company for 5 years, they're not willing to give you an extra break. They're not willing to give you one chat at a time instead of 3 chats at a time. They're not willing to look for something where they can move you. And Teleperformance, they did hire someone in HR. I saw that. I applied for those jobs in HR. I didn't get them. So, it's one of those things. And I see a lot of people are moving back to Zimbabwe. So that's why I was saying I also want to go. Because if I can get a loan there and if I can get something there of my own, then why would I stay here? Because here, you go to the bank, you show them all your employment stubs, you show them what your income is, and you ask them, like, I need help to get a loan. They send you to Business Development Canada. They tell you this is not in our scope. So how are you supposed to start a small business? How are you supposed to get it going? Especially if you're on your own. They're telling me, you need to have somebody to partner with you. You need to have somebody earning over 70,000. Do you think if I was earning over 70,000, I would be renting? Or I would be trying to start a business? I wouldn't, isn't it? I would be working and earning that money and not bothering. Because then I could afford the transformation trips. I could afford the trips to go to see the Holy Land and to go to these places. But no. So it's discrimination. I don't care what people say. It's discrimination. Even my being taken to the police station, being tracked, being followed, it's all discrimination. Because there's no need for a single woman of my reputation who's reputable, who's a graduate, who's made good decisions, who knows how to take care of their place, who's hygienic. I shower every day, I brush my teeth, I comb my hair. I'm a responsible citizen. There's no reason that I should have been treated the way I was treated. So I just think it's sad. I don't even know why these saints and that why they stayed. But I guess in those days when your options are limited and you don't know what else to do, then I guess, they just stay. But she was young. She was only 15 when she went into that convent life. And the bishops and the priests even warned her that you shouldn't go into it, Saint Therese. So it's sad. It's not an easy life. And in those days, they had to wash by hand. They had to take those big sticks and beat them, beat the clothes to get the dirt out. And they didn't have the washing machines and all that we have today. And Saint Faustina too, her parents took her and they put her in psychiatric care. So it's not fair to people like me when other people make those decisions for you including the police. I should never have been forced to get that psychiatric assessment or told that they're going to come and get me if I refuse. I should have had my human rights respected because I did what people told me to do. So it's sad. That's all I can say. I mean, I know she's our saint, Saint Therese today, and I know we have her as an example, but I still think it's sad what the nuns do, what the priests and the nuns do to people. It's like, oh my God, it's really, really sad. Yeah, they do a lot of good. I'm not saying they don't, but when you see the lives of the saints and what they have to endure, what they have to go through, I would refuse to go into and even here, going to the sisterhood or become a sister or a priest, I would refuse. I say no. My mother told me, she said, oh yeah, Uncle Cyril was saying you should think about becoming a nun. I said, you must be kidding. I went and studied business. I did all these things to go and become a nun. I said, my degree is not for that. My degree is to go out and work and help in the workplace, help in business, help in the church, and set up my own practice and run it like a business. I'm not interested in going. The sisters here have big properties, huge, nice properties and everything. I'm not interested. Even one of the ladies, Sarah, she told me, I think her surname is Rudolph, she told me that she went into becoming a sister and now she doesn't have to worry about being provided for, earning her living because everything's taken care of for her. That's good for her. I don't want that. I want to earn my own living. I want to come up financially on my own. I want to be like my grandmother. And if I get married to someone, I want to say, this is mine and I started it and you have your thing. I don't want to be dependent on someone. I want an equal partnership. I don't want somebody lording their money over me. So, yeah, watch the lives of the saints. It's interesting what they go through. I can't remember the name of that monk who used to bilocate. I think he was a Franciscan or a Capuchin, I'm not sure. But yeah, they put them through hell because they think they're devils. They think they, like having visions and all that is coming from Satan. So, it's sad. And she used to get, I think she was very, very close to that one sister of hers, and she had a vision that she was going to leave them. And it's hard for some people like that. Once their brothers or sisters get married, they find it very, very hard. Even when my sister got married, it was like that first Christmas was very difficult, especially for my brother. My brother used to miss her because he was closer to her. And I don't bother anymore. It's like no one appreciates me. No one cares if I'm around or not. So I don't bother. I'm just going to live my life, whatever God gives me the rest of it, and make the most of it. Because you can't always be begging people, oh, come visit me. I want to create memories with you. I want us to do things together. You can't. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I just feel sad for Saint Therese because she was a beautiful, beautiful lady. She was a beautiful woman. And it's sad what they put her through. That I guess then we wouldn't know. if we didn't have her as a saint. There's many people that go through what I've gone through. And you never hear their stories. They never write a book. They never make a movie. So, but if I had to live my life over, I wouldn't come here. Because I loved Africa. I enjoyed it so much. I enjoyed being there. I liked the fact that I was born there. I never wanted to leave. And if I had to live the decisions over again, I wouldn't come here. Because it wasn't worth it. I got an education and so what? I spent the rest of my life in poverty, never having enough money in the bank account. I lost my property. Now I've lost my health. I mean, really and truly. No, it's a different lifestyle here compared to there. And nobody helps. No one helps. That's why I don't like it. Because if you help, you want people to help you when your time comes. You don't want to be worried about being turned out into the street. You see all these camps. all these tent cities and all that are springing up. You think those people don't have families? You think they don't have friends? They have. Even that young guy that I used to see when I used to go out on my walks, he told me I was a hockey player. I was one of the best hockey players in Canada. I said, so then what happened to you? Where's your family? He said, oh, they don't want me. They told me that, they said to me, we don't know what you're going to do. You just don't come back here. That's how people are here. If you got money, then they all like you. You don't have money, and then they don't want to know you. It's like just them and their nuclear family. So it's a different lifestyle. It's a different lifestyle. If I get an opportunity to go back to Zimbabwe, I'll go. I'll take out loans, I'll buy a property, I'll do something. I even told my friend Efro, let's start a bed and breakfast in Victoria Falls. We can go and do it there. Because like this, my life is being wasted. Nobody wants to be sitting at home, not getting any income, not getting business loans, not getting grants. No one wants to be taking up space. Okay, I'm doing my John Maxwell, I'm trying to build that way. But at the end of the day, if you don't have an income coming in, what's the point? It really is pointless. Anyway, that movie, it's on Tubi that I watched about Saint Teresa's life, Saint Therese of Lisieux. And it was sad for her dad. I think only the one daughter stayed with him. All of them became nuns. So it's interesting how things happen. But yeah, people here need to grow up. They have everything provided. They grow up with everything, electricity, water. They don't have to walk an hour to get to their school, an hour to come home. They don't have to polish their floors like I did in Zimbabwe. They don't have to wash the clothes by hand and take care of their family and be responsible for their parents. They just take them and they put them in the old age homes. That's what most of them do here. So they don't respect us. They think that, oh, you're from the third world countries, you're from the global south. They have no sense. If they did, I wouldn't be out of a job. That's what I say. And many of my managers have told me that. They told me they're assholes. They should never have let you go. All the companies I worked at. What can you do? What can you do? Nothing.